Hello, people of Earth. No.
No, that's great.
No, I can't. That's actually someone else's. That's
Oh.
That's the. I just realized that's the
Hello, fuckers.
Good.
Hello, all you fuckers out there.
Sure. Hey, fuckers.
Hey, fuckers.
What up, sluts?
Thanks for listening.
Unless you're not a slut, you don't have to
We
be.
value our audience so deeply.
Sluts is gender neutral.
True.
Just
I wasn't arguing with that. So is fuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gender neutral.
We're just being inclusive.
We're
Yeah.
being inclusive, fuckers.
When we say folks, we're spelling it with an X in our heads.
Stop.
I hate that shit.
I hate it.
You
makes
hate
me
it?
so mad.
Yeah. There's no need for the X.
You
There's
also.
not.
There's no need for folks. I don't want to hear folk. Don't call me a folk.
That's the thing you're offended by?
Yeah, don't ever call me.
Do you like
folk.
a y'all? Hey, y'all.
Mostly yes.
Don't ever say that's a yeehaw thing.
No.
Y'all has it. I remember when I got in trouble and made fun of for saying y'all, and now it's a, like generally
When did you get in trouble?
like just like it was like the word y'all is like
It was incorrect. I remember, I was in college when they added it to the dictionary.
yeah. It was just like people thought you were an idiot if you used the word y'all.
Interesting.
Yeah,
This was not a problem on Long Island.
really.
No.
Long Island has other problems.
Yeah. Mostly the breast cancer.
Oh. Well, on that note, welcome to Re-Gear Remix.
This is the show where we eventually get around to talking about a wrestler.
But not before talking about depressing things like bunkers and breast cancer.
Yep. We're going to talk about a wrestler, what their character and look is now, and what it could be in the future if anyone ever listened to us, which they never will. Today, we're going to take inspiration from ourselves and talk about Tyler Breeze.
We're going to enter him into that universe we created for the IIconics a couple weeks ago.
I hope someone someday listens to us.
I
And,
mean,
thinks about it.
you guys are listening to us right... You're listening to us right now.
Who are you?
And do you have Vince McMahon's ear?
Do you have Vince McMahon's money?
Definitely not.
Oh. Okay, so who well, yeah, Tyler Breeze.
So we'll talk about what is he up to these days.
What's he up to these days?
So he was in the Fashion Police.
Yep.
That was wonderful and excellent.
My favorite era of maybe any wrestler. Love
Yeah.
the Fashion Police.
It was actually really excellent.
Fun.
just the best.
Then Fandango got very badly injured.
Oh,
Sorry.
no.
Sorry,
And then
Fanny.
They didn't know what to do with Breeze by himself. So then recently they just threw him back down in NXT.
Like a bunker.
Sure.
NXT is very unlike a bunker.
It's kind of like a bunker. It's really dark down there.
It's true.
Moving on.
He is somewhat in a tentative, respectable feud with Velveteen Dream.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But they've also been partnering hesitantly, and also somewhat in a feud with Adam Cole and the rest of the Undisputed People. He's
Sure.
just like a big player in NXT right now, which is
That's
awesome.
good for him.
And it's notable that he's back there because he was also like one of the first major NXT stars.
Oh.
So it's like a big deal that he specifically is back because the NXT
He seems like he fits there more.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Until we get a hold of him.
So character-wise, he's narcissistic.
Yeah, arrogant,
But
not humorless about it.
no, he's humorful about it.
Yeah,
Humorful.
yeah.
Flamboyant.
Yeah. Yeah. He has
But not I don't feel offended by his flamboyance. Like I don't
He's
feel
not
it's
playing
like
it gay. He's playing it
no.
Zoolander.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He knows how to do it.
He really, it's so amazing that he like is effeminate, but also still macho.
Yeah.
And like femme, but also still man. Like he's really doing a very like subtle thing.
He's
there.
like an I'm too sexy video come to life.
yeah.
His look is a blonde hair, a fake tan.
Some fur.
fuzzy boots.
Oh
Fuzzy
yeah,
boots.
he does have a fuzzy a selfie stick is
selfie stick,
lately
yes.
a very important accessory.
Yeah.
A lot of like fake fuzzy shitty fur.
His hair it's short now and it looks good on him, but it used to be longer.
It did.
Sometimes in a ponytail or a bun.
He is rocking a little more scruff now too.
True.
He was notably clean shaven and now has like I said in our last video that he has like a very WeHo gay thing going on.
Yeah, he could get some lip fillers if you really wanted to. go
Oh,
for that.
I don't want to encourage that for anybody. There's
He
just no
doesn't need them.
Yeah.
But he like if he really wanted to lean into.
I don't want to
that,
encourage that for anybody.
I just don't think it's necessary.
I don't disagree, but it's not my business.
It's not my business. I'm just not going to tell him to do it.
Sure.
I'm not going to tell him to get lip fillers.
What
That's
would
his
I look
business.
like with lip? I feel like
You would look like you with bigger lips.
It's not even the lips that get bigger. It's usually like the part above the upper.
Yeah.
yeah, it just looks
really
gross. It
weird.
just looks like you've been sucking dick for a long time.
I have sucked a lot of dick and have never had that happen.
Like
to my
that
lips.
day, like you just got back from your
Like your
dick.
lips are tired.
Yeah, your lips are tired. They're just like been like blown out.
So Tyler
a funny
Breeze.
thing was that like his character is obviously that he's incredibly good looking,
Mhm.
and like I remember one of my friends when we were watching like some NXT thing was like, "Oh wow, he's so beautiful," and I was like, "What?" And then I was like, "Yeah," and I always thought the fact that he played up how beautiful he was kind of like a joke because he's
Uh-huh.
kind of just like a normal looking guy.
Yeah, he's not ugly.
Right, but then like I talked to a lot of women and they're like, no, he's
very
absolutely
attractive.
gorgeous.
Also, he was at that comedy thing I went to, and also very funny
I can see that.
and gorgeous in
His
person.
comedic timing is impeccable.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah. I
100% would get
guess-
DSLs for that.
In what world would he ask you to do that? I really want to be with you, but you just got to get them lip fillers.
No, I'm just
first.
saying I would suck his dick for hours so it looked like I had lip fillers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. He seems like a nice boy.
He has a really cute dog.
Oh, that's great.
Cute dogs.
Yeah.
That's great. That makes anyone better.
I bet if he
True.
became part of the IIconics world, they would threaten him if he didn't do what they told him to do with threats to his dog. That seems like something they would do.
That's too healy for me.
I think they're not quite that nefarious.
I
Yeah.
think they would do it,
I'm-
knowing that they never would.
I'm
but
vetoing.
They
They
would
would like
threaten.
joke about it and he would
Yeah.
get worried.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
vetoing animal
You're like,
cruelty.
no, I'll do whatever you want.
That's funny. And then
Yeah.
there's like a scene backstage of them cuddling the dog. Anyway.
Yeah, like they would never do anything
Yeah.
to harm the dog.
And then they leave little kisses all over his head or her head.
We have to be very nice to the dog. I'm very
Okay,
I'm
we
very clear on this.
reeled it around.
Yeah,
It
no, the
happens.
dog's
Right.
not getting hurt.
Dog's not
All right.
getting hurt.
All
No
right.
animals were harmed in the making of this podcast.
True.
So what are we gonna do? Because so you brought up something that is kind of for me important. Is that he used to be much jokier, especially as part of the Fashion Police. He had a lot more like video packages and shit.
It's funny because when he was on the main roster, they played him as a comedy character. But the first time when he was in NXT, he was not a comedy character.
Oh.
He was an arrogant pretty boy heel, and he was
Oh.
mean, and he was like kind of scary a little bit. Like he was a little like. It was never American Psycho scary, but
Yeah.
he was like so arrogant and so narcissistic that it was like he would really beat someone down, and he was taken really seriously. They brought in Jushin Thunder Liger for one of his matches, who's like one of the most legendary Japanese wrestlers of all time, and he fought Tyler Breeze in a one-off match. So it showed how seriously they took him as a fighter, not just as a silly character. So the turn to comedy was sort of unexpected when it happened. So he really can do serious or not serious, and he's kind of right in the middle where he is at NXT right now, where he'll like tell a joke, but he's also like, oh wow, he's seriously like we want him to be taken seriously as a competitor.
That's interesting because I guess I never really saw the serious parts of his character, and that might make me change how I think about his redesign now.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about how I missed all of his like Twin Peaks knockoff video packages.
They're so good.
They were really good.
Like especially pairing him with the IIconics, I think that the three of them could do some real
Weird
good,
stuff.
like TV.
And it's funny too because technically, if the IIconics hold on to the women's tag belts, they can go to NXT and defend them there.
Well, there's also
Bless you.
if he
Thank
is
you.
their minion, they could be like, hey, you have to go fight so and so at NXT and win some things that we all have belts. Like maybe they're like, well, we're spreading our empire, so you have to go win things.
That's called a stable.
Yeah,
Stable. I imagine him if we're getting into the looks. Are we?
yeah. I mean,
Well, let's talk about his. We just did talk about his look. Sorry,
Yeah.
edit that out. Okay, so what's the look?
I want immediately want some bondage ish type things.
Oh,
Like
fun.
chains, bondage,
I mean,
Harness.
harnesses.
if you don't wear it in the bedroom, you shouldn't wear it on the stage. Just kidding.
Yeah, you can wear it wherever the fuck you want.
In jokes.
In jokes. Check off your bingo card.
I'm not mad at it.
But like brightly colored. Like there's this guy in Manhattan that does knitted bondage wear. It's
That's
like
cute.
crocheted bondage wear, and it's like really brightly colored, and it looks like
Pastel colored
masculine.
harnesses
Yeah.
are very in right now.
Yeah.
A bunch of rappers just showed up at the BET Awards last night in pastel suits with pastel harnesses.
Really?
Yeah, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, you're copying gays." And it's like, no shit, that's all they ever do.
Whoa. Did not see that, but don't doubt it.
I'm not mad at it, actually. The more I
No
picture it,
homo.
like, I can see him in like a harness, and like he could pull that off.
But that does lean, like we were saying, part of the charm of the character is that it doesn't rely too heavily on like gay stuff.
Yeah,
No.
that's true. That is true.
Although I like that look for him. I think he could pull it off really well. And like, the
he's
color
also
palette would be cute.
he's
on him.
wearing fake fur a lot. Like he's already leaning on some like gay looking clothing.
Is fake fur like a gay thing?
I
I
don't-
always think of it as more of like a Burning Man thing.
Oh yeah, I guess. It's like pastel colored. I see a pink fuzzy fur, and I'm
I
just,
just
like,
want him in,
radical
like-
fairies.
A
Oh, I
tight,
think Burning
shiny
Man.
pleather pant and harness is very simple, easy to be controlled.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think that's really good.
Yeah.
What are we doing hair wise?
His hair has always been great. I don't have
Yeah,
anything
literally
to
any
say
haircut
anything
works on
about
him.
his hair. So like it's great now. It's great if he wants to grow it out.
You could give him like a sort of early 2000s faux hawk.
gross,
Exactly.
and I kind of love it.
Exactly.
I was
'Cause
actually
the character's
thinking
a little gross too.
I was actually thinking, what would the IIconics in the universe that we put them in
Yeah.
want
Oh, that's
him
true.
to look like?
Yeah.
That is very true, actually, because we put them in sort of like a more retroly styled thing. So yeah, the faux hawk's not out of place.
It's not out of place.
In them, in their.
I want a little bit of a faux hawk mullet where it's a little bit longer in the back if we're gonna do
Cute.
that faux hawk.
I like that. I also think like when he is doing like backstage segments, he could be wearing like a pastel pink Abercrombie.
Yeah. Oh, he probably smells like
polo
that too.
Yep.
with the collar popped.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yup. Two of them, in fact.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, that's so gross. I love that.
Yeah.
So gross.
That's great.
so
Also,
basically-
maybe a little like colored stripe in
Yeah.
his blonde hair.
So the character is basically like year 2001,
Like beefy.
metrosexual.
Yes.
I'm about it.
And
Going to
in
spring
ring,
break.
like leaning heavily, a little bit heavier on fetish wear.
Yes.
Also, I love the image of him walking into the ring with two polo shirts and taking them off one at a time.
Oh, cunt.
Yeah, I like the idea.
And he doesn't have to change anything about the characterization
No,
of
not
the
at all.
character at all with
Yeah.
this.
That'll be up to the IIconics to control him.
But even if this were without them, if we were just remaking him, this
Yeah.
all still makes sense as his character
Yeah.
too.
This is all perfect. Wow, we really knocked this out of the park.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we have much more to say.
I am realizing through this conversation how much I love Tyler Breeze.
I do love him.
He's really good.
Like I keep forgetting that I like him, but
like
I
I
really
could be
do.
friends with him if I weren't so attracted to him.
We should do a classic review match of his match with
Oh yeah,
Jushin
I'd be
Thunderliger.
interested
Oh.
to see that.
Yeah.
for sure.
That would be really fun.
All right, coming up on
well,
Nobody's
that'll
Watching
be in the
Wrestling.
future. Yeah. We should find a cute guest for that.
Anyway, follow us on the things and support us on Patreon.
That's yeah. You know, there's links, places. Click them.
We also now have a monthly party at the Vault called Nope.
It's called
every
Nope.
Third Friday.
Come to that. It's in
cute.
Brooklyn.
Quote unquote. It's a dance party.
It's in scare quotes.
People
for a
actually
reason.
danced for you.
I know, it was
Yeah.
crazy.
Great.
That never happens.
Yeah, I love
I'm
it.
normally trying to like torture an audience.
That was the exact
Interesting.
audience that wants to be tortured by
I
you.
know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
We
hoping
built that.
for. Yeah.
Well, come be tortured in a basement.
The Vault is literally